Hello, everyone, and welcome to the GT Sound Limited studio launch. This is going to be an amazing event, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm Delia Harris. Listen, all the folks who are joining us, remember, go to the social media pages on Instagram, it's GT Sound Limited, on YouTube, GT Sound, and if you head over to Facebook, it's at Jeffrey Thomas. So invite everyone to join us now because listen, you know what? Miss the excitement that's going to happen. The studio is located at 12 Sutherland Avenue. I'm going to give you the phone numbers. Take out your pen and papers. It's 876 860 0064. 876 798 7101. Again, 876 860 0064. 876 798 7101. Invite everyone to log on right now because we are going to tell you about the latest thing that is just going to mash up Kingston and Jamaica and all around the world. Everything's gone digital. You want to make sure that you are a part of that revolution, and GT Sound Limited Studio is going to put you exactly where you need to be. So I'm excited to speak to the man behind the project, Jeffrey Thomas. Yes, that's why he's GT. And he's joining me now to talk a little bit about that. Hey, GT, welcome.
Thank you.
Uh, Tell me, first of all, how did you get the idea or the concept behind? I want to walk through a little history
Hmm.
because when people hear GT Sound, they're
Yeah,
not sure.
yeah.
Tell me, where did you get the idea for GT Sound?
Well, I used to sing.
What are you saying to me?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, man. A long time ago, we had a band. Well, we started out as a cappella group,
What was the name of the group?
Firebrands Quartet.
What?
So I used to sing bass.
Hmm.
And we have Charles Anderson, Sefton Brown, and Claudette Brown. Claudette was Nelson at that time, but
Yeah.
she's Brown now. And that's where we started, and we would rehearse for days and weeks, preparing. And when you go to the show, the sound is terrible.
Oh, no.
And as Adventists then, 'cause you know that harmony is what everything is about. And if we are not hearing ourselves, then
Off.
everybody got off.
Hmm.
So after going to a show one day and hearing the terrible sound, I just walk over to the gentleman and said, can I tweak that thing a little? Just tell me. I have no clue what I was going there to because it's the first I really go near to a mixing board.
What?
But by the time I was there tweaking, I realized that I was getting a little better. So that's the beginning of it.
That's
I
the
did-
beginning of it. I said, that's the beginning. And then you decided, look, this is something. Did you decide that this is something that I'm going to dedicate my life to? Because you really have done that. What was your mission at the offset?
Not, what happened is that I, after doing that for a while, singing, then the group broke up and I decided to start my own band. So we started the band Golden Touch.
Wow.
And then after starting Golden Touch, started buying equipment. And my wife then nearly chopped off my head one day because I have my daughter's school fee. We go pay the school fee.
And you bought
See a
equipment?
mixing board I sell.
Oh, what?
And buy it. So that is where it all started. And then I was running minibus that time, Kingston to Montego Bay. And one day I was downtown loading, and this Rasta man come and sit in the car, in the van, and after driving down, I was telling him about what I want to do and all of this type of thing. And the man said, "Really? I have all that equipment up on my house, I can
Just
give
like
you them."
that?
Just like that.
I can give you them.
Yeah. And so I go to Montego Bay, drop off the people them, pull out all of the seat them, tie them down on the bus stop, and go for the man house and pack up the equipment
Yeah.
and drive into Kingston.
Boy, I tell you, there's nothing like having a passion for something.
You know the sad thing, the thing about that is that I tell my friends about a month ago that I would start Golden Touch, and they said, are you crazy? Where you get money for do all of this?
And it just happened.
And when I called him a month after and said, I have mixing board, I have band and ready to start,
I'm still alive. My
You
wife
know?
didn't kill me.
And so I called Anthony Brady together along with Norris Pattison as the drummer. Anthony was the keyboard player.
Yeah.
We have Pastor Michael Henry now, big pastor. He wasn't a pastor then, but he was the guitarist, and another guitarist was David Hale. He died now. And we start Golden Touch with Claudette and Lisa and Diane and Janet. That's where Golden Touch
Golden
started.
Touch was a big band, man.
And Danielle Daly
Yeah.
was our bass
But
player.
when I hear you say you tie up the things, it started out with, like, it sounded like it started with just an employee of one, which was you. Is this really
Yeah.
where it started?
That
GT?
is me. I was the person who sweeping the place. I go to my uncle and ask him to rent me a place on Omar Road, and I go down there. I am the engineer. I'm the one who sweep the place. I am the everything
Yeah.
from scratch up. This is why even though my workers can't get me stop working, every day I'm on the
I'm
things
trying to do
because-
everything. But
yeah.
how important was that process for you to be able to be a part of every facet of the business? Because I realize that no, not much escapes you. Once you get on the ground, you know everything that's happening.
Well, that is it. That was a foundation
Yeah.
that make GT sound what it is today.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it is a sound, I know what it is. If it's a lighting, I know what it is. If it's the trussing or the stage, whatever I chip in. Because at that time, I couldn't afford everybody to come and work. So I just naturally learned the thing on the job. And therefore, it helped me today to balance the thing. And also, it gave me an opportunity to teach other people.
Yeah.
So whether it's some young people coming in to do trussing or to do stage or sound, I was able to teach them and get it at the level that it is today.
I hear in trussing, I hear in stage, people are watching and probably saying, but hold on, it the name GT sound. Or sound and stage and everything. I'm like, what's going on? Tell me about the services and eventually how everything happened. You start out with a mixing board and a band.
Yeah.
But how did you eventually grow the business and what were the services that you offered?
Well, I started out with sound alone. I remember going to Mr. Doyle at the time. I'm that type of person who believe that I must deal with the best and go to the top and don't go in the middle and then have to go to the top. So I just go to the top. Audiophone was the #1 in Jamaica in those days.
Yeah.
So I go to Mr. Doyle and say, Mr. Doyle, I need a PA system that is clean, that can cover 500 people, and I want you to design it for me. So he said, how much money you have? I said, I don't have no money, and I don't want to hear about money. I want to hear about the quality that I can get out of the system. When you design it, I'll go look the money.
Okay.
So those days I was working at Grace Kennedy, and nobody would lend me money to go buy equipment.
No.
Because so I go into a bank, see, it was Citizen Bank those days, and I said, tell you what, I have a contract at Grace Kennedy. I'm going to go down to Grace Kennedy. I'm going to tell my boss to give the contract into your name so that when I get my check, it come to you because I need some equipment.
What?
And that's what I did.
Wow.
And so Mr. Dial designed a nice system for me. So we started out with sound. And then later on we buy some, because the equipment that we had before was outdated and things, so we buy some new equipment, and then we go on to start doing sound and backline. And then when 50/50 come, I used to do stage and everything, but I used to rent from Starlight and other company. And then 50/50 came and, hello, boy, GT, we have things to do, and so we can't do stage. I said, what? I have a show. I have to do a show. So I can go to the bank and say, look, I need a stage in 3 weeks because I just hear say, Starlight not gonna give me any stage, and everybody at work because 50/50 was here. And so I bought a stage then, and the following year we buy trussing and lighting. And so right now we have sound, stage, lighting, generator, and everything to
Just
do with
about
production.
everything if you're gonna do a show.
And the new line now that is full up, if you notice, we are shooting today,
Yes.
is video.
Yeah.
So we have a full line. We are shooting with a 4-camera shoot today in
Yeah,
studio.
yeah.
We are in video now fully.
All right, we're going to talk some
That
more
one.
about the video a little
Yeah.
bit later on.
Yeah.
But we're going to take a break now. And we're going to be hearing from Paul Bennett. He's going to tell us a little bit more about GT. Here's Paul.
Perhaps if I wasn't affiliated with GT and GT Sound for over many years ago, I wouldn't have been able to even look at something like this or to manage a process like this. Thanks a lot to GT, I learned from our early days the basic sound management and how to set up sound and mix sound. One of the things I admire about GT is that over the years, he has never stayed stagnant. He has been moving. I mean, for somebody who has been around for a while, I'm not saying he's old, but he has moved with the technology, and he's right there with everything. And he gives great sound, high quality sound every time. Big up to GT. I remember one time we were doing a show in Miami, and there was this sound person who came in and set up the sound. And at the end of the line check, GT started to mix for the group. And I can't forget how the engineer was awed, just looking and seeing how he was moving through it. I mean, GT touches a board, and his team that he teaches, wow. GT Sound is like a university. There are several of us who have passed through that university of sound, if you want to call it that, where we are able to move on and to use our talents that we have learned and skills that we have learned through GT Sound. Thanks a lot, GT. All the best.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us for the GT Sound Limited Studio launch. Joining us now is a music legend and a man that always has interesting stories. Ibu Cooper has joined us, and he'll tell us a little bit more about GT. Ibu, how you do?
Good so far, you know.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So tell me first of all, how did this relationship, this friendship start?
I want to just say one thing before we start.
Yes.
So my mother try with me.
Yes.
I want to greet all the viewers and all the listeners. Thank you for looking on. And I want to tell you that this person that you are viewing here is a great Jamaican example of a seed growing into a blossoming tree.
Wow.
Because of persistence and patience. Now,
Thank you, sir.
GT might have his own version of the story because sometimes my memory is not so good about it. But
Between the two of you, we'll figure it out.
what I remember definitely is coming into this very room when it was functioning a little bit differently. It was a rehearsal room for the famous Golden Touch rehearsals. I saw Golden Touch go through its various changes, and I would assist them in rehearsal pointers and so on, coming from class, of course, or coming from even maybe another rehearsal. So sometimes it was late in the night. But we came in here and went through vocals, you know, how should I deal with the rhythm. Because you see, GT also wants to have a Jamaican sound in gospel music. He was one of the pioneers in that. There were some others, but he was one of the pioneers that, you know, there was some resistance sometime about that.
Man.
And GT always said, you know, the authentic reggae punch there. But I want my music sounds, but I don't want it to sound like a little watered up.
GT, but how did you find Ibu Cooper?
Well, funny enough, they used to rehearse at Dumfries Road, Third World.
Yeah.
And one day I was in New Kingston and I hear this music, I play this rich music, you know, man. And I said, wow. And I walked through the gate and peeped through the window and I realized that it was Third World. So I really stand up at that window for about an hour
Listening to them.
listening to them rehearsing. But after leaving there, I know what I wanted in terms of the sound, you know, because it was so rich, it was so different. And I guess for a country boy who never got to much show before then, because I'm talking about 1985, you know, just I come from country and things like that. And so this for me was something that have to be a part of it, you know. And I continue, you know, trying. I didn't know their schedule or what. I will go from time to time to go to the window to peep.
Okay.
And then one day I noticed that Ibu was playing a keyboard that I have. That is a Prophet 5.
Prophet 5, man.
You know, that keyboard,
Sound
man.
like it was a rare keyboard.
It is a,
Yeah, at the time, it was, actually, no, it was the latest thing at the time, you know, because you remember now, before that, in the electronic music, the synthesizers could only play one note at a time. So it was the first polyphonic. So,
yeah.
so when you have that, you say something.
I
you
said
know.
something.
And it's like that those days, it was only the two in Jamaica. So I went and after the people stayed for the rehearsal, and then after the rehearsal, I go up and introduce myself, and I told him that I have a Prophet 5, and I don't know much about it, but I would love for him to come down. And we have rehearsal on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That time we used to be at Omar Road, that's
Right.
Hagley Park Road.
Right, yes.
And man, he came one night, and believe me, man, that was like heaven for the musicians, young musicians,
Oh,
seeing
man. Ibo
this
Cooper walk
legend
in.
walk inside there.
Yeah.
And we also had another keyboard, a Leslie organ,
Right.
you know, with the wheel that is spinning. And man, when we hear this man play that keyboard, man, it was something else.
Yeah.
And so that's the way the relationship starts. And
Yeah.
from time to time, group change, but Ibu always here till we come here. And sometimes Ibu will be coming from another rehearsal or from tour or something. We reach here 10, 11 o'clock at night time when we're just about ready to go home.
And so
But
ready for
I'm
rehearsal.
ready for rehearsal, and it
Yeah.
might not know his.
But Ibo, that says something. That says something, because for you to keep coming back, apart from a kindred spirit, what was it about GT that said to you, you know, it was worth investing your time and your knowledge into GT Sound?
I come from Clarendon. And as a countryman, we have a little phrase say, spirit take. You know a little phrase say? You kind of feel somebody's spirit, them nice. And I've always felt that way about GT. And even up to recently now, GT would be my company of choice when I'm doing engagements for that reason. He never let me down yet. And we come and we did the work together. I also love the fact that any Jamaican group that was trying to use what we produce here to follow in the Marley footsteps and build it, I was like into assisting that.
Yeah. It's important what you said, because people don't know, I mean, they should know that the fact that Ibo has maintained such a successful career and reached to the heights he's, I don't want to use the word perfectionist, but when Ibo do him thing, he make sure it's done right.
Yeah, man.
So for him to say that GT gets it right every time is a big endorsement.
I
But
really appreciate that.
GT is a perfectionist too.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, throughout my career, the engineers, whether live or in studio, who have worked best are the ones who are either musicians or who have a very good understanding of music. Yeah. I don't know how you can be miking up a violin and you don't even know which one of those instruments is the violin. It don't make sense.
Yeah.
You know what
Or
I'm saying?
even what it should sound
So it should
like.
sound
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
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 You know, I was at a workshop the other day, and I was saying to the people in the workshop that one of the biggest part of about being an engineer is first to have the ability to know the instruments in their original form, how it sounds, have an understanding of what the instrument is. The next thing is you as an engineer must be a musician. You must be able to hear the parts, because if the soprano who is carrying the melody line
Yes.
is low and the alto is coming up or the tenor is going
You're
up,
not hearing the tune.
you're not hearing the tune. And that was something that I got from early because of Firebrands, a group that depend on harmony. So you have to know the parts. And that is one of the things that we have a problem with engineers.
I like what you're saying, because sometimes you listen to people perform and they might say, engineer, they're always shouting at the engineer when they perform. Engineer, play it low. Bandsman, play it low. And it sounds like it's a lack of understanding coming even from the board of what the thing should sound like. That you're not just turning up music, but you're facilitating that sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's important.
Yeah.
You know.
And one of the things that GT has done throughout the years is also facilitated, to the point of even taking abuse, the education of people who are interested in advancing in this craft. And I say even to the point of taking abuse, because sometimes the older guys like us who have information and want to pass it on, sometimes you have some youth that invent light bulb, them don't want to hear nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
And you wonder, say, yo, wait, brethren, I can show you a thing, you know.
Yeah.
But them don't want to hear, because as far as them concerned, them just born with Einstein knowledge. Yeah. And I know in your craft also as a
Correct.
performer, you have seen
Correct. It's important because sometimes people think technology replaces expertise, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
You can have the
yeah.
latest technology, but you don't get the job done right.
Well, anecdotally,
Yeah.
Keyboard Magazine some years ago, there was a set of questions on how do you record a good vocal. And a whole heap of people start statistics, use of this mic and that mic, and somebody just say, get a good singer and put him behind the mic.
Exactly. Make it simple.
Yeah. But how do you approach each job, GT? How do you approach each job?
Well, I have this concept, and this is from my Christian belief, is that whatever I do, it must be to the glory of God. So whether it's a small job or a big job, I approach it with that attitude that this is my opportunity to show the glory of God. I remember one day Nadine Blair said to me, GD, how you do it? You're always early. How you do it?
Now let it down.
And I said to her, because I'm not working for money. I am working because I believe. And she said, wow, that deep. you know? But that is my approach to work.
Yeah.
So whatever I'm doing, I try to get the best out of it. So when I need knowledge, I go to the best. I wanted to play reggae music. You know, my church banned me from church when I record my first reggae song, you know. And yeah.
Yeah, once you get some resistance.
Yes.
Yeah.
They banned me. When we start to sing black music, people say, oh, why not?
Yes.
Because Jamaican music at that time was tambourine and, you know, the Grace Chillers was setting the pace of that the style of music in gospel should be. But when I come and start to do black music, people are hearing this and say, but that's not gospel.
Big resistance.
But big resistance. But you see, I was spending time listening. So whether I have a show or not, whether I have things, I would spend between 4 to 10 hours in the studio just listening every genre of music, trying to find artists and listen to artists.
That's it.
Whole heap of my teaching was Studio One library. You know, listen to them, Bob Marley. Up to this yesterday, I was telling Kevin Downsell was here and one of his keyboard players. And I said to them, every gospel artist should buy an Exodus album, just to listen to the authentic way of how music to play. When we were auditioning for Golden Touch, and I want a bass player, several bass players, including one of the popular right now today, Paul Bartley, come here, and I turned them down because they could slap and pluck and do all the type of thing. But you just hold a beat. They couldn't do it. And so this is it. But
all fanciness.
Yeah, the whole heap of fancy. I remember telling one bass player one day, I said, you have too much finger, you know, my youth. So the band, even the band that I was working with, couldn't really appreciate reggae music, you know.
Yeah.
Because for them it was boring. It was holding that chord and holding that rhythm and thing. And when we go abroad now, and when we start to tour, and people, they would hear people who playing the whole heap of fancy stuff and everything. And when they hear us, it's like, wow, what is that?
another
true.
thing about GT Sounds though, because I believe and people can, you know, if we list the shows that you've done and the artists that have been showcased on the show, I've never seen an overseas act come and say, "Oh, I didn't like the sound. The sound wasn't up to global standards." It's you're always making sure that you hit that mark,
Absolutely.
GT.
Yeah.
What makes that happen though? Because the temptation could be, Lord, me a GT. Even if me get it wrong, them probably not gonna know say me get it wrong. But what gives you that kind of commitment to always get it right?
It's because of my musical background.
Okay.
For example, we have some of the biggest system in Jamaica. But when it comes to monitor on stage, and Ibu will tell you because he work with all of them, the monitors not right.
Not right.
And if the monitors are not right, the musician can't be right, no care how good them is, because they have to be hearing each other. And so I spend years working on just getting the monitor right. I listen to frequency and train my ear to hear frequency.
Yeah.
So if a squeak is there, a feedback, I can say, Sean, pull 2K by 2 dB. It is years of training my ear. I remember going to a workshop in Florida. It was a PV workshop. And the guy who was doing the workshop, he was using them fancy analyzer and
Yes, the
spectrum
analyzer.
analyzer and all of that to pull the frequency. And when he's done pulling, he do the mic like that, and there's a frequency, and I said to him, well, if you pull 2.5 by 2 dB, you should be okay. And he pulled it, and he said, man, how did you do that? I said, I'm from a little country named Jamaica, and we can't afford those fancy stuff.
Yeah, we know the thing.
Yeah.
So I trained myself to do that, and like I said, my Christian background demands discipline.
Yeah.
What I'm given to God must be my best.
Yeah. Yeah. Ibo, you have the final word here. For people who are watching, many are new to GT. Many know GT and don't even know the skills that GT bringing to the table. What do you want to say to
Well,
them?
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
This will be the final word, because I wanted to go there. I have had contracts where people say, who would you prefer as a GT? And you know how it is with marketing when you're coming up. Who that? I said, trust me. You're sure? Because they know those names. And nothing wrong with those names. But I said to them, let me tell you something. I can guarantee you punctuality. I can guarantee you stuff going to work. And I can guarantee you alacrity when it comes to adjusting any little thing that might go wrong. But I trust you, most likely nothing is going to go wrong. And so, on. So every now and then, somebody takes my word for it, go on, and believe you me, everybody satisfied.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the most recent one, unfortunately, because of what is happening this year, this should have been the year for it, but that suspect is not going to happen, has actually been the National Council on Science and Technology, where they have the Science Innovations Awards. Yeah, we've been doing that contract for like 6 years now.
Okay. Oh, so that's something I want to point out, that because we've been talking a lot about shows and performance and singing, but GT, you do a variety of things. Yeah, so you do conferences as well. All right, we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. Thank you, Ibo.
And yes.
GT, I just take this opportunity to thank you for all the years that you have been working for Come Celebrate Jesus. As you know, Come Celebrate Jesus, this is the 8th year, and you have been more than a good technician, sound technician for Come Celebrate Jesus. We have started Come Celebrate Jesus in 2012, and I have searched for many sound technicians. And trust me, out of all the sound technicians that I have seen, there is no one to compare to GT Sound. I see GT Sound as not just a sound technician, but it is a ministry that he does. Because when I first met GT and I told GT about recording and do the stage, GT came down from Kingston. He looked at the venue and he mapped it out exactly how it should be. And every year, that's what GT does. I have spoken to many sound technicians and none to compare because I see them as just doing it just to make a money. What impressed me about GT, I remember about 2 years ago, he was coming down, his truck was coming down from Kingston, and one of the truck met in accident. And GT sent back to Kingston to pick up the equipment that he would need, and he didn't ask me for $1 extra. He come down a day ahead to set up, and when the concert is finished, he stay back and he make sure everything is well done. I would recommend GT Sound to any company that need a good sound technician to do their concert. GT, I wish you all the best. I wish you long success, and as long as Jesus give me breath and we are doing Come Celebrate Jesus, I guarantee that GT Sound is our sound technician. I love you, I bless you, and I wish God blessing and success on your business.
You know, the performances on this show,
Yeah.
I wanted to also say that the two performers along with me is another case of Spirit Tech. I go in Edna Marley and I see this little girl and I say, "What wait, there's something about her." So we've been working together. And also out there, he wasn't a student, but he was walking in room 13 and I don't know, he was coming like somebody I know a long time.
Yeah.
That's Dale Brown on bass and Serena Constantine on vocals.
All right, we're going to be hearing from them shortly. And I tell you, Serena was representing Jamaica last year at
Yes.
Carfesta in Trinidad. She blew the place away.
Yeah, man.
So you're going to be
Talented girl,
totally entertained by her. We're going to take some of that now and then we'll return to tell you more about GT Sounds Limited studio launch. Stay with us.
The dark brown shades of my skin only adds color to my tears that splash against my hollow bones that rocks my soul. Looking back over my false dreams that I once knew, wondering why my dreams never came true. Is it because I'm black? Somebody tell me, what can I do? Something is holding me back. Is it because I'm black? of my skin only adds color to my tears. Oh, that splash against my hollow bones that rocks my soul, my soul. Looking back over my false dreams that I once knew, wondering why my dreams, they never came true. Oh, is it because I'm black? Somebody tell me, what can I do? Yeah, something is holding me back. Is it because I'm black? In this world of no pity, I was raised in the ghetto of the city. Oh, my mama, she worked so hard to earn every penny. Yeah. Oh, something is holding me back. Is it because I'm black? Hey, like a child stealing his first piece of candy and got caught. Leaving around life's corner somewhere, I got lost. Why would you hold me back? Is it because I'm black? Oh, no. You won't hold me back, not because I'm black. No. You won't hold me down. You won't hold me down. You won't put your foot on me. You won't put your foot on me. No, you won't hold me back. You won't hold me back. No. Why would you hold me back? Is it because I'm black? No. I say, why would you hold me back? Is it because I'm black? Why would you hold me back? Is it because I'm black?
We're coming from the east, we're coming from the west, we're coming from the north and south. Watch out. We're coming from the east, we're coming from the west, we're coming from the north and south. Watch out. We're coming from the east, we're coming from the west, we're coming from the north and south. Watch out. We're coming from the east, we're coming from the west, we're coming from the north and south.
Got to stop the cold hearts running through the country, through the city, every day and every night. And if they try to make the future less than pretty, resist, put up a fight. our joy. Can't let them use us like a toy. Can't let them take our fun and have us on the run with the left, right, marching us till midnight. Hit them with the sound of the light. Let love take over. Take over. Let love take over. Take over. Let love take over. Let love take over. Then everything will be alright. Don't you lose your sense of humor or nothing else will Don't you give it up. Don't you lose your sense of humor. No. Don't you give it up, no, no, no. Or nothing else will Don't you give it up, no. Or nothing else will be. If we let serious become a joke, then the joke gets serious. The joker will try to destroy the back, though he goes down with us. Ace, King, Queen, Jack, you've got to lead the pack. Hit them with the sign of the light. Let love take over. Love takes over. Love takes over. Let love take over. Then everything will be alright. Don't you lose your sense of humor or nothing else will Don't you lose your sense of humor. No. Don't you give it up, no, no, no. Don't lose your sense of humor or nothing else will be. Keep moving on your way, though someone's done you wrong. Don't let it freeze your heart. Let it make you strong. 'Cause it's your new day. As darkness fades away, hit them with the sign of the light. Take over. Hey, it takes over. Take over. Take over. Let love take over. Then everything will be alright. Hey, don't you lose your sense of humor or nothing else will Don't you lose your sense of humor. No. Don't you give it up, no, no, no. Don't you lose your sense of humor or nothing else will be. Don't you lose your sense of humor or nothing else will be.
I've been working with GT Sound for the past 10 years. And working with GT has definitely made me a better man and a better individual. As GT is a man of principle, and anybody who knows GT knows that he's a principle man. And because of his principles and how it is that he has lived his life, that is then transitioned into how he runs his business. And once you get into the business of how GT operates, you understand that it is either you do it the right way or you don't do it at all. Because he's not going to fall short on anything at any point in time. I've seen Jeffrey don't get paid to do a part of the job, but just because his name is on the job, he will go out of his way and do what is required just to ensure that the job is done and done correctly. And because of that, he has then instilled that into me. So even now, being an engineer and following in the footsteps of learning and understanding audio and lighting and sound, it has left me with the same analogy of if you're going to do something, do it right in the beginning and done.
Hi, Jeffrey. Congratulations on your studio launch. Wow, who would have thought it? At a time like this, you clearly are a man of courage and foresight and insight, and you just understand what perhaps is needed at this time. A studio that people can book for small or medium-sized productions. Let me tell you something. I don't remember when we met. I don't recall what project we were working on, what stage show I was emceeing. I do know that I worked a lot for the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, and you worked a lot for them as well. But the scientific community saw you working for them on the awards functions as well, and so did I. But I just can't remember. It's been years and many, many, many years. But you know what I remember about you? Every time our paths crossed, you were a gentleman. Whether I observed you working with the people who were part of your team, you were a gentleman. Interacting with me or those of us who are in this area of the stage, you were a gentleman. And what is also interesting is that you never made yourself obvious and is my thing, this, and you just did what you had to do, set up, and you went to where your, what did I call it, your sound bank or the area from which you would manage a stage. Let me congratulate you on this accomplishment. It's a big move, and you ought to be very proud. And I'm so happy that I can endorse this for you. I wish you success. I hope that the business will bloom from strength to strength, and that you will grow with it. GT Sound Limited. Wow, studio launch. Can I tell you? My heart is like for you. Proud of you, happy for you. And I'm just hoping that the launch will go exceptionally well, and the business, the studio, will grow from strength to strength. Walk good, my brother. Walk good, me there with you, behind you, beside you, for you.
I know you're enjoying the GT Sound Limited studio launch, all the performances, the conversation. We're just having a really good time. So let's get into really why we're here. And we're going to be talking a little bit about this studio. GT,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me now, how we reached to this studio? What inspired you to put this together?
Well, this come together on the, I think somewhere about the 9th or to the 11th of March, when I get the news on the TV from the Prime Minister that the industry, the music industry, closed. We were like one of the first industry to close down. And Delia, I am not one of those persons that stay home. So the first week I was at home, it don't make any sense I come to the office because there's nothing here to do. They don't take any callers or anything like that. So I started to think, what next? And after that first week, I just called Horace, that's one of the guys that work with me. I said, we're going to build a studio now. We need a virtual studio.
Yeah.
Because I have to have something to do. And so Horace and I came here and we started to build this.
So tell me, what kind of research went into it? Because I know, you're very meticulous, so you want to make sure if you put it together, it meets international standards.
Well, the first thing is that, the industry was closing down, and I did not know for how long. So whatever I'm doing, I can't make any mistakes. So I, again, try to find the best. So one of my friends that is in video is a guy named Herman Latti. And he, for me, is one of the best because we have been working over the years together. And I asked him what is needed. I invite him to come here and look and that type of thing, and we talk. I then start to find out from other people what they would want and all of that type of thing. And one thing that I do, Delia, is when I'm watching shows, it's always for the technical aspect of it. Yeah, X Factors, all of these shows, it's about the technical aspect. So I have an idea what I would want.
What is required.
And what is required.
Yeah, what makes a show work.
What makes the show work. I've been into TV and see the stuff, so I have an idea. Yeah. So it was about good acoustics, it's about lighting, it's about cameras and all of that. And we get information together and then we start to
put it together. So let's walk through some of the things that the studio capabilities. First, the sound. Let's talk about the sound capabilities.
Well, as I said, sound for me is my thing. So we have monitors on the wall so that you don't have to turn up loud. People can get a full thing. We have monitors at the back, we have monitors at the front, and we have monitors up there. Yeah. And the reason for so much monitors to is also because of the different scale
Yeah.
in terms of who will come and use the studio. So for example, a person who is going to use their phone, because they might not want all of our equipment because of their budget. So I put a monitor on the wall up there so that I can mix everything through that monitor, and the phone will pick it up clearly. there.
Clearly.
If I'm going to have a band, then the place is small, so we make sure that we have a monitor right at the musician ear there. We have one right behind me here. And then the vocalists, we
Can
have
hear.
monitors at the front.
Yeah.
So that sound, as I say, is key.
Yeah.
So it,
It
has to be
caters
right.
to everyone. So if you're
Yeah.
coming in, if you're doing a sermon, you're doing a TED talk, if you're doing comedy, if it's drama, you're singing, you know, it helps you
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
way it's all laid out. All right, and they have a cordless microphone.
We have cordless mics, we have lapel mics, we have headset mics, we have overhead drop mics if you want, we have studio mic.
Yeah.
So we have everything to suit everybody.
You also do digital mixing and recording here.
Yes, we're fully digitized here. Our mixing board have the capability to do multi-track recording direct from the board to the computer or whatever interface you're using. And so we can do the straight 32 tracks right out of the board.
What?
Yeah, we also, our lighting board is also digital. And so we can do multi-track recording, we can do stereo recording. We have all that capability in
Right
terms
here.
of a recording studio.
You mentioned the lighting, so let's talk about that a little bit, and the capabilities in the studio. I'm noticing not just lighting for visibility, but mood, ambiance, everything. Talk to me about this great lighting.
Well, as I said, some years ago, I go to the National Arena and meet John Swady. And when I see that man work, it just blew me away. So I'm always interested in lighting. And so when I get the opportunity to buy lights, I didn't just buy lights. I tried to learn lighting also. And so we have backlights, we have front lights, and as you can see, we have lights on the stage because we have a glass stage, you know, and we can change the color of the room, we can change the mood of the room.
Oh, yes.
We have the capability to do just about every angle in terms of lighting and to get a good quality and that type of thing. You know?
It's important. A lot of times you can see a great product, and the sound and the lighting, man,
Yeah.
affects it so
Yeah,
much.
it
So it's
is, it
always
is.
good to make sure that you have all of that in place. And sometimes you're in some places and they tell you light is there, and when you go, you have to bring lights.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm looking at all that's in here,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all you need to bring is your content.
Exactly.
So I'm excited about the ability to stream live as well, because now that's all that's happening during COVID, and it's offered here. Tell me about that, GT.
Yes, we are able to do full streaming. We get even our internet upgrade our speed so that we can stream on more than one platform.
Okay.
So we can go to Facebook. The other day we were doing Zoom and YouTube, and people were able to work without any glitching and that type of thing. So we're fully equipped to stream. We are fully equipped with cameras. So the full package is here. I mean, there are times when people don't want to do a 4-camera shoot like what we are doing now, but we can do a 1 camera or 2 cameras based on your budget. And at the same time, we're not choking anybody. So if you want to just do your phone, fine.
Yeah.
But Delia, I am trying to encourage people to invest in your product.
Oh, yes.
You believe in something, invest in it. And that is what we have to offer here. You can get it at the best.
It is with absolute pleasure I introduce GT Sound, a reliable, affordable, and convenient company that has grown and been established within the service industry for the past 32 years. We have expanded over the years, providing quality service in sound, backline, generator rental, stage stage lighting, event planning, PA design and installation, and now our new virtual studio. Send us an email for more information at gtsoundltd@yahoo.com, gtsound777@gmail.com, or call us at 876-860-0064 or 876-901-5529 or 876-798-7101.
All right, and listen, guys, you can, their webinars, virtual conferences, TV shows, instructional videos, TED Talks, whatever it is that you can imagine that you need to push out in the digital space. You're talking about acoustic performances, whatever it is, you get in touch with GT. He will make sure that you put the best foot forward. So I'm going to give you those numbers again, 876-860-0064 or 876-798-7101. You heard it first, and because you heard it first, make sure you're the first to book the studio, because I know a lot of people are going to come running now to make sure that their content makes it out there in a big way. Thank you so much for joining us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Remember to like and share. If there's someone you know that wants to create content, give them a link, man, and let them know that this is happening. GT, always a pleasure. And congrats.
Thank you,
this
Delia.
amazing studio.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
and you have been a blessing to
you
us
got tired
all.
for see me, because you know me and content, so I'll be
Yeah,
here. I'll be here all the time.
Well, you have to go line up behind Ibu, because him tell me today that I like the space of GT. I'm going to move in.
All right, so guys, make sure you give GT Sound Limited Studio a call, because they're waiting to hear from you. I'm Delia Harris. Blessings.
Thanks, everybody. God's willing. See you soon.
Got to stop the cold hearts running through the country, through the city, every day and every night. And if they try to make the future less than pretty, resist, put up a fight. Can't let them take our joy, can't let them use us like a toy, can't let them take our fun and have us on the run with the left, right, marching us till midnight. Hit them with the sound of the light. Let love take over.